Heidi ho dad. Okay, so what I thought I'd do is put a quick video together for you because your gear's good, you're playing really well, and just to show you a little bit how the skills, you could definitely use your skills a little bit better. I know you kind of sometimes you forget to do them, but I think it's more a case of thinking of them as additional weapon damage, and just to get it's more training yourself to get in the habit of it. Now, unfortunately, I can actually only do this on challenging, so should be okay. But I know you said this was a bit tough the other day, so we'll give it a go, and hopefully, as I'm doing it, I'll try and give you some pointers, and they might come in useful. Right? Let's see how we get on.
We need to find out what happened to the team that went to try to repair the main shade node. The federal shelter should be beneath your current position. Find a way down there.
I'm gonna get myself into position. My rooted kicks in. Now on this one, I don't want my turret too far forward, but the idea is I can already see. You see that R1 there? That's the guy I'm focusing on, and I want to fire my turret, my drone, and me all at the same time. So I'm setting it on him. I don't care about anyone else. Now I've got him. I'm setting both on this guy now. So I'm pressing my shoulder buttons. I'm going to aim for this guy. So I'm picking them off one at a time. Okay. So I'll get myself into position. And there he is. So I want everything firing up. You see these lines here, these red lines? I wouldn't be able to see him normally, but they're both telling me where he is. So even if they're not killing people, they're pulsing people and they're telling me where they are. So I target both of them and we all fire. So it's not just my weapon damage, it's my turret, we're all firing together, so I'm doing a lot more damage on each person. So again, I'm switching now to this yellow guy. All three of us are firing at the same person every single time. So now I know there's someone around here because I can see the crosses. I'm targeting this guy and we fire. So they're not just flying around aimlessly. I'm focusing all my fire. Like my turret's over here now telling me there's someone here, so I'm going to send my drone over as well. And we fire. So I pick one off at a time. But it's not just that their skills, and I might not need them. So I'm destroying them now. So even if there's another wave, hopefully by the time it kicks off again, I'll have all my skills back. But that means even though they are skills, it's basically we're all shooting at the same person at the same time. So I've got triple the amount of weapon damage. So it's not just a case of I'm going to use one skill, I'm going to put the other one. The aim is with the turret and the drone, ideally, to have them on at the same time, and you follow the red lines. But you direct them where you want to go, so if there's someone, you put both of them on there and you all fire together, because you're going to take someone down a lot quicker. And even if you can start picking them off one by one, you'll find there's less guns firing at you, there's less people to dodge, and particularly if there's someone like a grenader at the back, if you all three focus on him, even if he pops his head up, you're going to put him down quickly, which will stop all the grenades coming over. So I know it's unusual in a playstyle to kind of go, right, I need to remember to put my skills out, but if you can get them up and you can start focusing fire on them. Ooh, did I get anything good here? I'll take that. So hard to show how effective that is on challenging, because you could just rely on your own weapon damage, but you'll just see how quickly I take them down when I concentrate all three of my fire on one person, and it's just to get in the habit of doing that. Because already your playstyle's a lot better, your gear's good, but I definitely think if you just got into the habit of remembering about your skills more frequently, cause it's not just again it's quite hard on challenging to explain. Ooh, I don't know what to do now. What do we normally do here? Ah. Haven't seen that moving for a while. So on challenging it's difficult because you're never really going to get overrun unless you're really unlucky. But even if your turret and your drone are up, what you'll find is if there's anyone even trying to flank you, they're going to start firing, so you'll be more aware. So it's not just them about having them up to kill people. If they're up and there's people all over the place, what they'll do is they'll point out. So if someone's coming around the side and you're not paying attention, then they'll start firing them, so already you've got an advantage on them. So hopefully this will be a bit chaotic, and we'll kind of see them doing a bit of defensive work for me as well. So get in position. So I want this to be able to shoot all the way down. This is my target now. So he's a red, so which is good. So my turret's up, I'm putting my drone up, and I'm both targeting him. And he's gone. Now this guy. Now this guy. So I'll wait now for them to come to me, and I'm going to target both of that guy there. So we all fire together. Now I'm looking for my next target. Look, it's already they're already starting to pick them out for me now. Ooh, look at this guy creeping up here. So I'm going to call my drone back now. Now I can push up a little bit here because I know I'm on top. And this guy running. This is the guy I want. So now I'm going to have to change because this one's getting close, so I send them both on him. This guy up here stood in the open, so we can all fire. And I only need a split second because I have my drone and my turret firing together. Ooh, look at this guy. I haven't seen one of them for a while. Okay, so what we got now? So I'm checking my mini-map, everyone's in front of me. There we go. So the brushed in, I'm going to focus everything on this guy, he's nice and close to me. This guy now, running up here, we're all going to fire together. So I'm just pressing the shoulder buttons every time someone I can see is out in the open. So look, I'm going to focus on this guy up here now. Is he in cover? So my drone forced him out there. So here we go, this guy running. So I've lost my drone now. So now I know that I'm keeping an eye on that countdown because I only have my turret and me now. And then this level, I'll be okay. Like I've lost both. But if this was a heroic now, I'd start panicking. But as no one's going to particularly rush me, I'm just going to take my time and wait for my skills to come back. So pick these off because my weapon damage is good on its own. But there's no point in me running up that. I'm only going to end up getting myself killed or badly out of position. Picking these off. So now I know I've got my drone back. So because I've only got 15 seconds, I'm actually going to wait for my turret because I am much stronger when I have all three together. Like, they're not coming anywhere close to me, so the only thing I don't want to do is waste all my ammo. So ideally, a good position for my turret is going to be on top of that truck because it'll be able to see everywhere. So I'm just going to push up. I'm going to stick that up there. And my drone goes up, and again then it's back to... Someone's really rushing me. I'm going to focus on this guy over here. So both shoulder buttons on this guy, both shoulder buttons on there. So I'm actually going to chase because he'll pop his head up then to try and shoot me. And because of three-way fire, we'll have him down in no time. So I'm actually going to destroy him now because I know I've got a few seconds. Have a quick look around. Plume over there. So what's that? Preservation. No, don't need that. No good rolls on that. So stock up while my skills are cooling down. And we'll go again. So the reason why the turret and the drone are such a good combo is because they're both pretty much like extra weapons. So when you use them together and follow them around, they'll kind of point you in the right direction, but you have all three firing at the same time. You do so much more damage quickly, so you're putting people down. if you just use one at a time, or you're sticking one out and not really watching where it is, you're not getting the best out of them. It's just that difference between using them as like a combo, because that's where you get the benefit of it. So they're handy on their own because you're going to have your drone out, your turret, and they are going to be shooting at people. But you might be taking like half health off one, half health off another, and you're shooting at someone, which obviously isn't bad. But the best way is you get them up, you focus fire, you move on to the next one, you focus fire, and you'll notice that you're doing a hell of a lot more damage by shooting at people as well. Oh, never seen that before.
There's no way the outcast could have taken out an entire squad in a fair fight. It's not possible.
So again, I get myself into position. I'm going to put my turret up. It'll be able to see the whole room. And I'm going to focus on this guy here. So L1. And then I press my shoulder buttons again to focus both fire on him. And then this one. And I try and follow the red lines then. So the one at the back. Ooh, here we go. He's coming up fast. So get out of the way. And because I put both my turret and my drone on there, they defended me. Same, so 2 on this one now. So you can kind of see when you're focusing on someone. Let's see if I can get it to pop up there. It says L1 there, so I can send my drone. So that's what that means. It's just saying that you can target this person. So look, R1, R1. So I don't want to be firing at random targets. I want to be firing at the same thing that my turret and my drone are. So put my head up. We'll fire together, and you just put them down so much quicker.
Hopefully we can get a 20 on our team. If they're in any shape to answer.
So my turret's still in a good position up there if anyone charges me.
Hello?
Ah, well that was easy.
This is Manny Ortega
So
with the
I'll
division.
pop them.
Manny, thank God. It's Maya. I'm all that's left on our team. We couldn't get the node back online.
No.
I salvaged some equipment that will get the White House node connected to the national network, but before I could get back, those crazy fucks showed up. You gotta get me out of here.
So I'll go back up. Pick up the ammo. Okay. Don't need that, which is a good sign. I'll jump on that dead body by accident. Very sorry. Okay, so can't really remember what I'm going. Okay, so I'm in cover. Oh, get that out in time. So drone up, turret out, and I'm just waiting for my next target now. Surely that's not it, is it? No, no. So every time, so even though there's only certain people running that, I still press my 2 shoulder buttons to say start firing at that guy now. So I'm only going to blow my turret. So my drone's still okay because that's going to move with me into this room. I get into cover. So. Ooh. Yeah. And we move on. So, let's get my turret up in a good place. There we go. So even though I wasn't ready then, my turret had already spotted that. and it defended me. So I've got both again now, so I'm going to concentrate on the red guy, now I'm going to the purple guy, and now I'm down here. So anyone out of cover is the people that I'm going to tend to be focusing on. This guy running down the stairs now, so I press both my shoulder buttons and I press both my shoulder buttons. So I keep sending my turret and my drone where I want them to go. So again, I'm up here now. Because we're getting through them, we're actually selecting now the targets that I'll be aiming for anyway. So look, it's already told me, see that red line? I know where they're coming from before they even run through that door. So it's not just them doing damage for me, they're actually telling me where people are coming from. So I'm going to blow them up, give them a rest. Don't need that. So even if you're actually not using them to kill people, just deploying them has its advantages, because they'll defend you and they will tell you where the bad guys either are or where they're going to be coming from. So just that alone with the those red tracking lines, and it's very useful. Actually, quick gear thing. So just so you know where I am, I'm 610-3. I'm only using the invisible hand. It has Ranger, Allegro and Rooted on there, so I think pretty much similar to what you're running in terms of Rooted. I like that because I get the rate of fire. It's 21, that's my gun. 3 Providence, so like you, I have 50 damage, big roll damage to elites there. On my backpack I have no weapon damage. That critical hit damage is just a waste on this build, but I have nothing better because the armor's good. The skill power means that I can unlock all the mods on my skills, but it's not the best backpack. It's fine. Vest then. I have a lot of weapon damage on there, is great, but then I have to take a hit a little bit on the armor and the health. So that's my trade-off there. It does have defensive and an offensive there, which is good. Again, you'll notice on my backpack I have a utility mod. Again, that's so I can unlock the higher damage on my my skills down below. Standard enough gloves. Health is okay. Assault rifle, but it's all about devastating and the assault rifle damage there. So again, grand. I have Murakami on because it gives me a bit of a health boost, and it just everything else there is nice. It's got health, assault rifle damage, and devastating. So not a bad combo. Can't really complain too much. My vest has Berserk on it, which I wouldn't be bothered. Ideally, I'd want Vital there. I think like what we was talking about, but that's what I'm dealing with. So it's okay. Oh, just showed you them. Knees is standard enough. Armor, patience is the big key to this build. And then I've got some defensive mods. Providence holster. So not bad health. Decent skill roll. So that's important on my build, purely because I want the better damage mods for my my turret and my drone. 'Cause you can see how I'm using it. Having them up is just like extra weapon damage. So even though that's not weapon damage, using the drone and the turret as I do is pretty much, I see that as my extra weapon damage. Mods on here then, I have a good striker damage, and then I've got skill power and skill power, because technically keeping that one active is what's important to me. So I think you might have 2 damage things, but I can't with my build. And then we're talking skill power, damage, and damage. So I was actually just able to find a new mod. So I think this was 70, and I've got up to 127. So stuff like that to increase your build. But that's all I'm running. I would say if you had to compare, I would prefer your gear, but we're not too far off.
That bitch
Ooh.
can't hide forever.
Right, so turret up, because they'll probably come and charge me now. Get onto the wall, because then I can get my turret out. And we start knocking up. So I'm pressing the shoulder buttons now. I'm pressing the shoulder buttons. This guy is the guy I'm focusing on. I don't care about anyone else, and now I'm on this guy. Okay, I'm pretty much clear. So it's one at a time, having my turret drone and my weapon all firing at the same people.
Help is on the way, Lyle. Sit
And then
tight.
rather than jumping between targets, it's trying to focus on one. It's difficult to show how effective it is on challenging because they go down so quickly. But if you can imagine, each one of them was taking a lot more damage, but I'm still able to put down one red in one clip, and then with my my drone. So every time I pop up, I'm normally at least putting one person down. Okay. Right. I guess I'm doing something wrong, am I? Is this reach? Where am I supposed to go now? Well, this is embarrassing.
Extreme heat surge. Sprinkler system detected.
If you can trigger the sprinklers, they should be able to get us.
Got there in the end. Can I do the same over here? Oh yeah. So, thrown up. That's purely because I've started this, so they're going to start coming looking for me. So I'm going to hang on to the wall here, because if I do that, I get extra bonus damage when I put out my skills. So I'm going to let my skills dictate where I fire now, because I can't really see what's going on. So there's two out in the open. And I can tell now by following these red lines. Okay, I'm taking a bit of damage there. So we're all going to fire on this one. So you can see these L1 and R1. That's telling me that they're available. So if I'm looking in his direction, I just press both shoulder buttons and I can target that guy. Now I don't want him because he's ducked down into cover, so I'm wasting my time. So I'm trying to find anyone that's sticking their head up or out of cover, and then I'm focusing my fire on
I don't
Um,
know if Maya has any fireproof gear.
Rubbish, and rubbish, and no thanks. So I'll go again, blow my stuff up. Okay. Well, this is kind of a bit weird, isn't it? See water there. Put out the fires. Can I climb? Do I like it? What's the story? Oh man, beaten by some sprinkler system. That's not good. Put out the fires. Sneaky. Sneaky, sneak, sneak. Okay. Oh, that was the difference in me not having my skills available. That I just had to play a bit smarter there. What we got there? Okay. So I'll blow my skills up, I have them back. Let's see what's going on here. Knee pads. No. What have we got here? No, thank you. Oh, we go. No leaves. Nice.
I have to move. Someone's trying to break in.
Ooh. Okay, I'm coming. I've also turned the volume down. I have no idea how well this will record, but hopefully it's a bit louder than last time. And if you're watching this and you do have any questions and I'm not explaining stuff, then just let me know, because a lot of the stuff that I do is actually quite hard to explain, because most of it is just done by habit, like driving a car or something. Pick them up. Have my skills. I'll take some of that.
I'm safe for now. But
Hello.
I don't think they're gonna stop coming after me. I don't know what I did to make them so mad. You have to stop them. They're coming!
Right, so I'm going to cover. This is so because I'm in cover, I can just tap my shoulder button, and that means that it quick deploys. So if you're panicking and you're like, I can't throw my turret out, as long as you're crouching in cover and you just tap the whatever shoulder button controls your turret, it will just put it on the ledge directly in front of you. So, right, carry on. So now we've got both out. I can see this guy over here, so I'm going to focus everything on that. Over here, both shoulder buttons. So my drone's going to go over. That's a grenade. Also, if you double tap your drone, you can bring it back to you. See that white line now? That's me sending it back. Because sometimes you know it's going to get destroyed. So again, now I'm both shoulder buttons. So we're up here now. I can see L1 and R1, which means it's telling me that this guy's going this way. All three, so both shoulder buttons. Look at this guy out in the open. We're all firing at him. Ooh, barrel. Have some of that. So again, look up here. It's telling me there's someone over here, because I can see there was L1 and R1, and we're all going to fire on that guy. And over here again, look, I can see now this guy coming. And I'm going to send both shoulder buttons on him. See my drone and turret both focus. So I can go and help my drone now, because there's not many left. So I'm going to call my drone back there, because it looks like this guy's going to break through. That red line, look, it's telling me that I know someone's coming from this direction. Oh, I can't see that, but they're still kicking its ass. Look at this guy sneaking up there. So I was able to see he was coming just purely from watching those red lines of my turret. Ooh, so I've lost my drone. So I'm down one. So now I'm watching that cooldown, because if this guy's coming through,